What's Riot acting on?
7.
7. And Kelian?
12.
Liberation.
Plesiosaur. I'm sorry, 18. Wait, do I use Liberation's Dex mod, or do I use Plesiosaur's
You use the Plesiosaur's Dex mod.
Oh, then what is Plesiosaur's Dex mod?
It's not good.
That's right. You're a plesiosaur.
What does Serenity act on?
10. Serenity acts at 10.
And what about Mahogany?
14.
And what is Liberation's actual?
What is the Plesiosaur's Dex mod? Because where's the Plesiosaur's stat block? Because I didn't see it in the monster manual last week.
It was on Donjon. Oh yeah, it's.
It might be in Volo's. For some reason, Volo's added a dozen more dinosaurs.
That's just for me, baby. Just for me.
I didn't think we would ever question adding more dinosaurs.
You're a giant plesiosaur though, so that stat block is going to be a little bit off.
Just give him like a really high charisma score to make up for the.
+2. McDohl, write these down because you might need these.
Okay,
Since you don't have the stat block.
Let me get a notepad up here. Okay, here we go.
Okay, hit points 78, strength 18, dex 15, con 16, int, whiz, and charisma you keep for yourself.
Okay.
You can hold your breath for 1 hour. Melee weapon attack is +6 to hit, reach 10 feet, 3d6 plus 4 piercing damage.
Okay, one more time. I'm sorry, I made a typo and I had.
One more time. I'm not reading the whole thing. What do you need?
Just the attack.
+6 to hit, reach 10 feet, 3d6 plus 4 piercing.
3d6 plus 4.
4 piercing. Hey,
Okay.
Serenity.
Yeah.
Who did I disguise you as? It was Gesture, I think.
Did we even go through with that, or did I just
Yeah, we did that.
wait till they left? I thought it was, probably Jester. I don't
Okay.
specifically remember which of the three, but...
I have the same dexterity as a plesiosaur, so yes, 18.
18.
So
Okay.
you're going to be in that disguise for a while because it, unlike it's not a concentration spell. So unlike a concentration spell,
Was it a seeming?
Yeah, it was a seeming. I can't just drop
Yeah.
it. It takes
Yeah,
an
I'm
action for
gonna-
you to do it, and I have different. I'm gonna have better things for my action.
Yeah, no, if it was a seeming, I know I'm not coming back.
So my original plan was there were 3 different options you guys could take with these Swanmate to deal with their Druid problem. And right at the start of whatever you decided, everybody would be in the same place, and that's when the dragon came down. You guys found a 4th solution, which involves everybody being in wildly different parts of the temple. So right now, Serenity, you are at the base of the All-Mother's Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Riot, you are outside the curtain wall, having just dropped Plesiosaur Liberation in the lake, and we're preparing to circle back and come up to the temple. Liberation, you are a Plesiosaur in the lake. Mahogany,
Yep.
you are in the gardens just outside of the main commons area with Midnieg, the Fearbolg Paladin.
Yeah.
And Kelian, you are currently in your quarters feeding lake tuna to Mrs. Fluffy Bottom.
It really bothers me that you keep specifying where the tuna came from. Like, what is it about lake tuna that we don't know?
Probably nothing. It's just you can't get ocean tuna in a lake. Didn't you play Breath of Fire?
No. That's why I don't know anything about dragons.
I mean, it's what Mrs. Fluffy Bottom wants, so we're just gonna go with it. We're
Except-
not gonna argue what Mrs. Fluffy Bottom wants, okay?
She's picky, so she's like, not this lake. You got to go to the other lake.
Exactly. She's eating, which is the most important thing.
Eating too.
The dragon is circling overhead and casting its incredible shadow on the temple as it circles. And as it does, something drops off of it. And this something turns out to be the oldest gnome you've ever seen in your life. He's got this incredibly scraggly lion's mane of hair and beard and mutton chops just wreathing his head. He's wearing a cloak. It's in dark colorations, as forest tones. He's wearing the forest camo, you know.
No.
He hits the ground, and instead of splattering and breaking all of his bones, he tucks and rolls forward. Lands on his feet, immediately spins back around with the dragon and looses 2 arrows at it from his longbow.
Kept you waiting, huh?
No.
Yes.
We need to resolve this before we can move forward. Is it no or yes?
Wait, what?
The dragon, having been struck with one of the 2 arrows, roars mightily and starts diving downward towards the lake just outside of the curtain wall. Liberation, we'll say that you can see this.
Hi.
This dragon
Okay.
diving down towards you. It's also your turn. You were on your initiative. You can act now.
Swim towards shore. Because I fully expect Riot to put me back to rights before I have to deal with this kind of nonsense. But clearly, Riot has other plans. So,
Can you
but I
ever-
don't know that?
Can you ever really expect Riot to do anything?
No, you really can't.
So you're
But
just
I
going to
will-
swim for the shore?
Yeah, swim for shore and try to pull my fat face out of there.
So Riot, looking behind you on the shores of the island, which are just these rocky cliffs, you hear this wet slapping noise as Liberation's plesiosaur form is pulling himself up out of the water as this black dragon is spiraling down towards the water.
Okay.
Riot and Liberation
Yo.
need a wisdom saving throw. DC is 19.
I failed.
I don't remember what my wisdom saving. No, I don't have proficiency in that. So yeah, I failed.
Failed. You two are terrified of this dragon, frozen in place, knees knocking, teeth chattering,
Flippers.
flippers chattering. The thing hits the water of the lake with a mighty, mighty splash. Kicks up water almost as high as the curtain wall itself, throwing the both of you back against the stone of the wall. You cannot move towards this creature, and you have disadvantage on all attacks on it until you end this frightful presence.
Okay. How do we do that? Is that an action, or is that just a? Do
At the
repeat
end,
it?
save.
at the end of each of your turns, you can repeat that save.
Okay. All right.
Mahogany, there is a panic starting to kick up where you and the Firbolg are standing. The only creature in eyeshot that doesn't look to be panicking right now is the gnome that just fell off of the dragon.
What is he doing?
He's re-knocking his bow and preparing to take another shot when the
All right,
dragon
well, that
reemerges.
seems like the only way to solve this problem. So, I'm going to give him... Oh, shit. No, I can't do that. I'm going to do the next best thing, I guess. And I'm going to turn myself into an air elemental.
Okay.
And
As you
then,
do.
how far was this dragon from me?
Right now you can't see it. It was high up in the air. It dove downwards outside of the curtain wall, and you heard this massive splash in the water outside.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get to where he's aiming at, and then I'm gonna hold my action, and when he looks like he's gonna shoot, I'm going to roll up on that dragon.
So you're going to try to move to the dragon's position wherever the gnome shoots
Yeah.
at?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm working under the understanding that this is Zook, and we've heard enough about him that I know what a rogue is. So I'm just going to... I'm attempting to give him sneak attack dice, is what's happening here.
Kelian.
When did Grandfather Zook have 40 initiative? When did he go from 30 to 40?
Just that good, man.
Kelian's gonna run up to where he hears the dragon, which is outside, I guess.
So you run through the commons area, out into the gardens, where you see the gnome with his bow tracking along the top of the curtain wall, waiting for the dragon to reemerge. And you see Mahogany. Well, you don't. He's an air elemental. You kind of see just wisps and spirals of air holding in place. Most of the Swanmei at this point are themselves knocking bows and forming up lines. And you notice that they are all tracking the same position that Zook is.
You mean tracking the position of the...
Right now, Zook is tracking the top of the curtain wall where the dragon disappeared behind in anticipation of him reappearing, and the Swanmeis are following his lead.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say you needed a dash action to get this far, but you're a rogue, so you have like 5 dash actions.
Well, I was going to say that sounds like a pretty neat idea then. Kelian follows suit. He's going to hold his action until the dragon reappears and then fire a crossbow bolt.
Right. Serenity, you're up.
So what can I see from my position at the base of the tower?
For a moment, you saw this dragon spiraling around in the air. You saw something fall off of it. Then you saw the dragon dive behind the curtain wall and splash into the lake.
And how far away from me is that?
You mean how far in the sky was it?
How far along the ground is it from me from the curtain wall?
The 2 towers where the Allmother stays are set apart from the main temple. They're in a wing of the temple that the Swanmais don't use quite a lot. It'll probably take you, if you dash, the better part of 2 turns to rush out through the inside of the temple and arrive at the commons inside.
Then dash, yeah.
Okay. And as you do, a group of armed Swanmei follow you, assuming that you are the Ranger Jestra, and are leading them to battle.
Fine with me.
They're half right.
Riot, what's good with you?
How far away from me is Liberation? You said we were both pushed against the wall here, right?
I'm going to say something like maybe 100 feet or so. Because he was in the water splashing around outside the tower to make a distraction. You had time to swim back, and were making your way back around the front of the temple before this dragon arrived.
Okay.
Liberation used his movement to swim to the shore, and then this giant splash threw him against the wall.
Okay. But he's closer to the dragon than I am, right?
Yes, the dragon splashed down in the water right in front of him.
Okay. Well... Because what I want to do with my action this turn is counter charm, but the range on it is so bad. It just says you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you, so I'm only going to get myself.
Yeah, Plesiosaur is not within 30 feet of you.
Okay, then I'll just use it on myself then. And I start playing the counter charm song to try and calm myself down.
Okay, and the idea here is to end that frightful presence.
It gives me advantage on rolls against being charmed or frightened.
Go ahead and you can remake that saving throw now.
Yeah, and now I can do it at advantage since I played that song.
Yep.
Oh, those are both almost it, but neither of them was it. Okay.
Neither of them was it. Moving or staying put here at the wall?
I feel like I ought to go and rejoin the rest of the people. If I can... I don't have a really good sense of where things are, sorry.
Well,
am I able?
you're nowhere near the rest of them because they're on the top of the island inside the temple. You're at the base of the island, some 100 or 200 feet below, on the rocky shores of the island where it meets the lake.
Okay, so I'd have to do a bunch of climbing to get anywhere near them.
Right. Where you were headed was climbing up an old derelict staircase that hasn't been in use for many, many years. That'll lead up to where the bridge joins the island with the mainland.
Okay, can I still climb up that?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. I'll go as far as I can with that on my one move action here.
Okay. On this action, we'll say that you make it to the base of those stairs.
Okay.
Midnieg, the Firbolg, hefts her staff, ready for a fight. And she turns to make a pithy comment to Mahogany, but sees that Mahogany is now just a wisp of air, and thinks better of it. And she holds fast. She takes the dodge. Zook suddenly relaxes his aim. Puts his arrow back in his quiver. Turns to the Swan Maze, who are looking to him for direction. And he asks for a drink. Liberation, let's go with you.
I'm not afraid anymore. That takes an action.
You just use your action to end the fear?
Yeah, it's a.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot
monk
monks can do
ability.
that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm not afraid anymore.
But you are still a plesiosaur.
And how far is the dragon from me?
If you look down into the water, it's difficult to judge the exact depth, but you see the dark shape of it swimming below you. You also see a dark trail of blood swirling around in the water where the dragon has been injured.
I shout in plesiosaur for Riot to change me back and continue trying to climb up the rock wall.
What does that sound like?
Yeah.
Whale song.
And Riot, looking back along the wall, you see Liberation forlornly just...
I don't totally understand why I would want to change him out of this shape that's going to give him protection from some damage here. And also allow him to better fight the dragon?
Well, you're also not hearing any of this. For all you know, he wants you to, buff me. I'm going to kill him.
Knowing Liberation, he's probably just about to run in anyway.
Yeah.
Moving or staying put, Liberation?
Staying put for now.
Okay. Liberation.
Yep.
Do you have land movement speed as a plesiosaur? That's a good question. I should look that up.
Yeah. Is there like an actual stat block somewhere I can look this up at?
You have 20 feet of movement on land.
Okay.
I need a dexterity saving throw. DC is 22.
I am proficient in dex saves. Oh, that is really... Yeah, pass.
Pass. All right.
Yep.
So you will take half of this damage. I don't own this many d8s.
He's a monk, actually.
He's still hit evasion?
Yeah.
Do I still get evasion as...
You do not lose character features.
Brick.
What?
If I still get evasion as a plesiosaur...
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't
have to worry about the D8s.
Yeah.
I am going to cheat and use the online dice roller because I don't own this many d8s. Liberation. You're sitting there trying to gauge how deep this black dragon is in the water when suddenly it bursts forth, and from its maw it blasts you, the whole area, starting down from the water and then moving in a line straight up the curtain wall with this boiling acid breath. You deftly swing out of the way, landing in the rocky shores just next to you, but you see where this acid is burning through this stone, and it's leaving this hideous black scar. And then after this, the dragon, its wings come forth out of the water, begin to flap.
More plesiosaur song.
And right now, it's watching you very intently.
Okay.
I think
Mahogany.
we've got a few held actions that go off.
Oh, it's not above the curtain wall. You can't see him. He came out of the
can't
lake,
see it?
but not above the wall.
Well, I'm in the air though. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get to. Where is he?
You'd have to go over the curtain wall and then down to the lake.
Can I do that within 90 feet?
If you dash, you can get there.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, that's the only way we're gonna be able to do some damage on this fucker.
Okay, so the plan now is the first line of attack is going to be those with an extra hit point pool. We're going to deplete that first, right?
Right.
Sounds about right.
All right. So Plesiosaur, sitting there on the shores, narrowly avoiding this boiling acid breath. The dragon starts to take flight out of the water, watching you with anger. You can see a laceration on the side of its neck, where some of its scales have been split, and its flesh is opened up, and this just black blood is seeping out of it. And this is the scene that Mahogany sees, flying up over the curtain wall, and coming back down to the lake.
Yep.
Kelian, what's up?
Hello. Still gonna hold my action. Wait for it until I got a clear shot, and then shoot the dude. Cause I ain't got HP like some of these other people, even though I'm full. I won't be anywhere near that dragon.
Liberation, you're no longer afraid, right?
Correct.
How does an 18 do on your... I guess you wouldn't know. Your AC is 13.
13, okay.
I'm gonna just
my
go ahead
case
and give him the website with that.
16 points. Bludgeoning damage, Liberation. As the dragon lashes out with his tail and blasts you back against the wall.
Okay.
It's going to bring us to Serenity and her group of swan maze.
Just still dashing.
By the time you arrive in the commons, most of the non-combatants are holed up inside of this room. Especially the younger swan may who haven't received enough combat training. Those who haven't yet earned their wings, so to speak. Looking out the main door of the commons, you can see Kelian and the other firing lines of swan may.
Okay.
And you see Grandfather Zook striding nonchalantly towards the main doors of the hall. Riot.
Alright, let's see. I'm still gonna try and sing my song so I can end this fear effect on me.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Not good enough. It's an 18.
Ah!
It's a really high DC.
Yeah.
And you're...
So, yeah, I continue moving back.
Okay. You get 30 feet up the 100 feet of stairs.
Mm-hmm. Is it alright with you if I do if I make that roll before my movement? Or does it have to end for my turn?
It doesn't really matter if you do go before or after your movement to me.
Okay, alright.
The Fearbolg holding the stick is looking back and forth kind of confusedly between the gnome who brought this dragon here, seemingly not taking the situation seriously, and the line of swan may who are still gripped in their panic, as though she's trying to decide who to stand with. Serenity. Zook strides into the hall. And he looks at you for a moment. And he begins greeting you warmly. That he knows you as a friend. But then he catches himself. And leans in and squints his eyes. And he says, "You're not Jestra, are you?"
No, not really any time to talk about that. I heard there's a dragon.
And he says, "There is. What shall we do about it?"
Well, if it gets close, I can hit it with a hammer, and if it's not, I can throw some javelins. That's about it. You?
He says maybe it's best if you just stand by and watch. Plesiosaur, what's up?
Let's go for that neck. Go for where it's already wounded. Sure.
That neck.
Okay, so you're going to lash out with it with a bite?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna go ahead and belief point that. Why not?
Okay.
Nat 20.
I mean, that'll do it.
That's a better hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna feel like Kelian.
Yeah, you get to roll 66 now. Seeing you didn't want to be a plesiosaur for some reason.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I'm big enough to admit.
Well, you're really big at the moment.
Yeah, that's 26 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, totally go for that neck. Nom!
And as the dragon, is considering what to do with you, you just lash out, sink your plesiosaur teeth into its neck, and it rears back in pain, dropping you back on the rocks. And the blood from the wound splashes over your face. You can feel it burning your scaly feathers? ? I don't actually know what a plesiosaur looks like.
I picture Sildra from Final Fantasy V.
Pretty much, I guess.
Good news, Riot doesn't know what a plesiosaur looks like either.
But its blood, as it splashes on your face and inside of your jaw, is somewhat acidic. It burns to have it in there. Moving or staying put?
Before I do that, I do the Final Fantasy V Silver Roar, and then I stay put.
If you're going to do it, do it. Don't just say you do it. That was it, huh?
Not bad.
That's that classical cat figure, Sildra.
Yeah.
You can move, but you will be exiting its threat range if you do so.
Yeah, nope. Not
So
doing
you're
that.
staying put.
Staying put.
All right, let's see if we can chew through all of Liberation's plesiosaur hit points in one round.
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
Cool with that.
This is a 2, but I'm pretty sure the 2 still hits. Yeah, the 2 still hits. So the 9 and the 16 also both hit.
Wow, so you only miss on a nat 1, huh?
Pretty much. Well,
Nice.
against your AC anyway. Your AC is not great
against
right now.
my toilet AC, yeah.
All right, so here's the bite. Piercing damage. 16 piercing damage. Acid damage from the bite. 6 points of acid damage.
Okay, so you said 16 and 6?
16 and 6. The first claw. 15 slashing damage. And the second claw. Also 15 slashing damage.
And you got more for me, or you?
That's it. That was 3 attacks.
I'm still a plesiosaur.
He didn't do
enough?
78?
Nope.
How are you looking? What do you have left?
10.
10.
So
Having
one
bitten
more
this
hit.
dragon on the neck, it angrily lashes out with its teeth and with its claws, and it just wrecks you. I mean, you're feeling pain in places you're not used to having yet.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it was going to be pot shots with an arrow. I wasn't expecting Dargon.
Mahogany, you can do something about this, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that neck either, to be fair. So I'm just gonna, take some slams into it. Maybe rip that hole a little bit bigger.
So you're going for the neck. You're going to try to sever this thing's head.
Oh yeah, and if I do, you guys will never hear the end of it.
You're not doing it with bludgeoning damage. Sorry.
I think I'll punch it off.
You're knocking this block off. That's what's happening.
That's an 18 and a 25.
Both the 25 hits.
Not the 18. All right.
Not the 18.
That's just still a decent amount of damage. Oh no. What? 9 bludgeoning damage.
That's it. What was it we
I
weren't going to
rolled
hear
a
the
one
end
and
out of?
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Guys, we should never let Mahogany hear the end of that. Moving or staying put?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
Don't worry, Mahogany. Your secret's safe with me. No one can know.
No one can ever know.
Okay, Liberation and Mahogany. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Don't worry, dude. I'll tell everyone about that sweet attack that you got on the neck.
Cool. DC?
It's very, very high.
Well, I probably made it.
How'd you do?
23.
And how'd you do, Liberation?
That is a 17.
17 is not going to do it. The 23 will, though.
Is this more acid breath?
19 points of bludgeoning damage as the thing beats its wings. And Mahogany, you managed to evade the wing buffet, but the strength of the air that this thing is beating around you is buffeting you pretty well. Liberation, you are knocked prone.
So I'm actually now Liberation.
So that's it out of Plesiosaur? No more Plesiosaur?
Yeah, I am no longer Plesiosaur.
Okay, since you're no longer Plesiosaur, it's no longer in your reach. You don't have a 10-foot reach with your fists.
Yeah.
And the dragon flies around towards the front of the curtain wall. It is leaving Mahogany's threat range if he wants to do something about that.
Oh yeah, I mean, what am I not gonna hit the dragon as it flies?
Probably
past
not.
me?
Let's see. That's not going to do
Oh,
it.
that's not gonna do it.
No, that's not going to
That
do it.
D8, it owned me.
I mean, you were facing the wrong way because the wing buffet spun you around.
Yeah.
Does
That's
Kelian's
what we'll go with.
held action go off?
It's still below the curtain wall. It hasn't come up yet. Riot,
Everyone hates curtains.
Yep.
you're watching this black dragon skim the surface of the lake, flying with some speed directly towards you. And you realize the bridge above you is its most likely next target.
Okay.
Kelian, you have a turn now.
What do I have to do to shoot this thing?
If you run through the gardens outside of the front of the curtain wall, you'll have a view of the bridge where the dragon is most likely to reemerge.
That's cute. That's cute. I have to go on the bridge, is what you're saying. To shoot.
No. Don't go on the bridge. That would be a terrible idea.
Okay, as long as I don't have to go on the bridge, then I will do that.
Okay, so you're going to run through the gardens to the front?
While looking at Zook and shouting, I believe this is your mess.
And he shouts back that he'll clean it up once he's had a drink.
He's talking to the right person.
Alright. I'm gonna try and shoot him. That is...
You don't have an effective range on your crossbow, right? You have crossbow expert? No, I'm thinking of my other game. Oh, yeah, where Vorpal's dead character, who's not alive anymore, had an effective range of like 6,000 feet. So what is the effective range on your crossbow?
100.
100? I'll let you take a shot at him at disadvantage, as he's further than 100 feet from you.
But I got an 18! That's just cruel.
So
That's
roll a
just
19.
cruel.
Roll again and get another 18. Come on, you did it once, you can do it again. How'd that 8 do?
It's a 16.
A 16. Which crossbow bolt are you using?
The glass one.
And it doesn't even reach the target. The beating of the dragon's wings just shatters it in the air before it hits. But you're in a prime position now to be there when the dragon shows up with its recharged acid breath. Serenity, what's your next move?
If I dash at this point, we're going to be out in the open.
If you dash from this point, you'll be going
Yeah.
through the gardens, out towards the main gates, or Kelian just ran through. He has passed a couple of confused Swanmei who thought they were going to be barring the gates, But now they're looking back to you for direction, thinking that you were Gestra.
Yeah, I'll lead them out to the area. And then do I see the other people monitoring the curtain wall with their bows?
Oh yes, they've formed up lines in the gardens. They thought they were following Zook's eyes, but now Zook has sheathed his bow and walked into the commons, so there's a lot of confusion and panic happening here. This would be an opportunity for you to use your form to try to whip these swan maze into something resembling a shape.
Yeah, no, I'm going to immediately yell to the ones behind me and the ones out there. They should all form up and have a spotter on each of the 4 cardinal directions ready to call out, and everyone else just keep your eyes on the sky.
Okay, and at that, 4 of the more elder swan maze, you see them transform into their bird forms and fly up to the curtain walls in each of the 4 cardinal directions. And where are you leading the ones that are with you right now?
Into the mass of the rest that have their bows out.
Okay. Riot, how you doing?
How close is the dragon to me now?
It's still pretty far away. Let's see. It'll probably take another one of its turns to get to the bridge.
Okay.
So you could probably make it to the top of the bridge before that happens.
For purposes of spell ranges, how far away is it from me?
Probably anything that can get within 60 feet, we'll say.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna... This seems like a futile effort, but I feel like I at least gotta try. Casting Confusion on it.
Casting Confusion. And that's a Wisdom save?
Yep.
How does a 27 do?
Yeah, that'll do it.
So, I mean, your confusion, you're not even sure if it came out properly because you're so terrified of this thing at the moment.
Right. And then I'm gonna try and run across the bridge. Do I have enough movement for that?
At the end of this turn, you can get up to the top of the island. If you cross the bridge, you'll be leaving the island and going towards the forest.
Oh yeah, then I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go back up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm trying to rejoin the rest of the group.
So Serenity, you see Riot emerge, exhausted and terrified from this old stairway leading down to the shores.
Yep, still terrified.
Midnieg, the Fearbolt, follows Serenity and the Swan May out towards the gate. Liberation, you're up.
Okay. So I'm on the shore.
Yeah.
All right. Putting out as much movement as I possibly can, which is run, which is normal movement, dash action, and key point to move another movement action. I can get 100 feet, 150 feet. Can that get me up the wall?
Yeah, just about.
And that's what I'm doing, burning that key point.
Okay, so you're just going to run straight up the curtain wall?
Yeah. Straight up so to get back to the my intention is to get back to the courtyard area where everybody else is forming up.
Okay. And as you arrive at the top of the wall, just as your movement runs out, and you throw your arms up over to hoist yourself to the top, one of the Swan May spotters spins around with her bow.
Howdy!
She points in the direction that she saw the dragon fly, so she indicates down where she sees it flying around, and she tells you she thinks it's going for the bridge.
Sounds about right. That's my turn.
Okay. Riot. Let me see how long this line is. 90-foot line. Yep, that's good enough. Riot, Serenity. Yes, Serenity, but not Kelian. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this against something I can see?
It's against the dragon throwing acid breath at you.
We're going to assume it's not invisible acid breath, if that's a bad assumption.
Well, you can see the dragon breathing at you.
I'm going to go ahead and spend a faith point on that, or belief point on that.
Okay.
Does a 24 pass?
24 does, indeed.
20.
A 20 does not.
Not worth the belief point.
Oh wait, no, it's a 21. I didn't see the
21
20. It's
does not.
Natural 20 always success on a saving throw or not?
Only on a to-hit roll.
That's what I thought.
61 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
Riot, you can half that if you pass the save. And the dragon is aiming so that it hits as many of these Swanmei running out with Serenity as possible. So Serenity catches the brunt of the blast. The acid also cuts through part of this bridge, sending it spiraling down into the ravine below. Serenity, several of the Swanmei with you die agonizing deaths at your feet.
Not our fault. I feel like I always need to mention.
We're trying to
It's not
fix this
on us.
problem. We're trying to fix this.
Because somebody won't.
Does anybody in the vicinity speak Draconic?
I do.
Does Riot not
Not
speak
yet.
Draconic?
Oh, she does not.
So if I look up Air Elemental in this book, it'll say that it speaks Draconic.
No, Mahogany speaks Draconic.
The dragon booms out in Draconic to send out the tiny thief, and he will spare these walls.
And Mahogany yells out in Orin, which the Swanmei can understand. He's saying to send out the gnome.
Mahogany, you have a turn now.
Yeah. I mean, fuck this dragon. So I'm gonna go fight the dragon until we can shoot it out of the fucking sky. Or it runs away. Either one I'm happy with. I don't know why I'm rolling one dice. That's not the number of dice that, that's not the number of attacks that I make. 18, which I don't think does it, and 27.
27 will do it.
Let's keep chipping away at it. That's 11. No, 12.
12?
12.
And you're just buffeting around its neck
Yeah.
while yelling stuff in a weird language nobody speaks.
The Swanmei speaking, goddammit! I'll always remember. It's close to my heart.
They know what's in your heart. They know it's in your love.
Mahogany, you have an AC, right?
I do. Not gonna stand up to Dragon.
I think that's like a 35 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Are you sure?
Well,
Might
one
wanna
sec, let me
double
check.
check.
Oh, legendary resistances. Mahogany can choose not to take an attack.
Mahogany, 16 points of bludgeoning damage as this tail of this dragon slashes through the air, which is you.
Yeah, got it.
Kelian, you're up.
Alright, I have 6 silver crossbow bolts. I'm gonna switch to those instead.
Okay.
I'm still rolling at disadvantage?
No, it's because it's flown up towards the
Yay.
entrance, like really close to you, and it used its breath to sever this bridge and take out some of these Swanmei archers.
Hey!
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey,
And-
guess who's within 5 feet of that fucker? It's me.
Except the dragon's immune to silver, 0 damage.
Oh.
It's cute.
See, when I got to throw my pile of D6 away.
Trying to remember how many.
Yep, that's the number.
That's a good number.
Oh, where are they going? Where are they going? What physics is this?
They're back.
It's just physic. It's just one. They can only afford one.
Yeah, Tabletop Simulator didn't get the license to physics. Hey, Hey, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I found the other one.
Yahtzee!
That is 48 piercing damage.
48. That's a nice little chunk of damage. Well, the dragon knows who the big threat is now.
Yeah.
Kelian, moving or staying put?
I'm moving.
Moving where?
Away.
Like back into the gardens?
I am running away from this dragon once that bolt finds purchase.
Are you running while like simultaneously fist pumping? Like, yeah.
Okay.
While yelling at Zook, I'm cleaning up your mess here.
I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping you'd roll a natural 1 so I could go 5 natural 1s.
Serenity.
Warped. The same
Before you take your turn, or after, I guess I'll leave it up to you. Go ahead and make a standard to hit roll for your little Swan May cadre here. We'll see if any of their arrows land.
The roll was a 6.
They just bounce off.
Okay.
The dragon would be in melee range only if you did a running jump off of where the bridge used to be connected and grabbed onto it, which is totally an option. And you're a cipher, just saying.
I'd be able to move with it if I jump onto it.
If you jumped onto it and managed to grab a hold, you would, by definition, move with it.
All right, action grants. Let's do it.
Now, the last time
What am I rolling here?
Last time someone did this, it was
Make Here's how we're going to do it. You're going to make an athletics check to jump out in such a way that you can grab the dragon. Where are you attempting to grab on?
Probably somewhere on where one of the wings sprouts off its back.
Okay.
The best place to. I'm gonna actually use another belief point to re-roll that. So I have advantage because I am in action trance. There we go.
That looks good.
At the start of the dragon's turn. Let's do it at the start of your next turn, actually. At the start of every turn you're hanging on the dragon, I'm going to have you make a strength check to maintain grip on this thing.
So that's a 26 on the athletics.
None of the Swan may follow their ranger as she does a fantastic flying leap over the broken bridge, over Riot's head, and grabs onto this dragon, one of its claws, and immediately scrambles up, latching onto its wings. And the vertigo that you feel up here as this wing is beating the air furiously threatens to make you black out. But for the time being, at least, you're alive.
Am I able to attack it? Do I still have my action?
Oh, yeah. You.
All right,
that was
reckless
your
attack,
move to
first
jump
attack.
out.
They're not that concerned, though, because, I mean, she could just turn into a swan and fly away.
That'll hit a 18.
Nope.
Second action, or second attack, I should say. There we go. That'll hit a 26.
That'll do it.
For 16 damage with +1 magical maul. Not actually +1, but still magical.
Right.
That's the end of Serenity's turn.
Riot, you just saw something crazy happen.
Yeah. I still need to fix some stuff. I still need to sing that dumb song of Counter Charm before I can really do anything here.
Ooh.
Finally, I hit that 19. Barely.
Okay.
Alright, so the bridge is toast now, basically.
Yeah, the acid breath has severed the bridge. And it's fallen into the gorge.
How far away are Serenity and the dragon now?
Pretty close, because you came up the staircase that was set into the side of this cliff. You've reached the top. From the top of that staircase, you're only within 20 or 30 feet of the start of the bridge, which is gone now, and the dragon is right there. Serenity just ran right in front of you and did a flying leap to the dragon.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and give Serenity a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, I'm sure Serenity will find something to put that to use.
Are you sure you don't
right
want
now.
to take a bardic inspiration from what that happened?
Is that a 8 right now, Nick?
Yeah, it's an 8.
Okay.
And moving or staying put?
I want to move because I heard it's. Well, no, I didn't hear its threat. I didn't understand its threat. Yeah, I want to move closer up.
Well, Kelian's retreating back into the garden. When you say closer up, do you mean closer up to the temple where he's going, or closer up to the dragon?
Closer up to the dragon, I think.
Okay.
But not like trying to stay out of its range, but within, like if it's a range of its melee attacks, but enough so that I could still maybe hit it with spells next turn.
Okay. Its movement and speed is such that it can swoop down at you on its turn and hit you with any amount of melee attacks that it wants.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right.
Okay. The Firbolg didn't quite take a cue from Serenity. She's not quite that reckless. But Riot, you see her level her staff, and she speaks an incantation in her Sylvan tongue, and launches missiles out of the tip of the stick.
Magic missile.
Yeah, you like that?
No, she's actually psychic.
But it looks like Midniag will be standing her ground here to prevent the dragon from entering the temple. Liberation, what about you?
Okay. How much closer to the dragon can I get with 100 movement?
You said 100 feet?
Yeah.
You have to run along the top of the curtain wall where some of these archers are forming up.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow, well, you'll be able to run faster than them, surely.
Yeah.
You can get to the wall overlooking where everybody else is if you dash this turn.
Okay, yeah, I will dash, and then I will key point.
Key point to what?
Dodge as a bonus action.
Okay. So you're in about the same area where these guys are, but you're way up on top of the wall instead of being down on the base of the island.
Yeah.
Everybody except Liberation and what's her name? Riot. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Because we've already cleared the effect.
Yes, you
12.
have. 12 doesn't do it.
Not even
17.
close.
You need a 19.
You get 19?
Did anybody do it? Midniag didn't do it. Midniag. Oh, actually, you know what?
Chicken butt.
Midniag gets a slight bonus, but nobody else is within 10 feet of her. She still fails. Everybody who failed that roll, you feel the fear take hold as this dragon's frightful presence sinks in. Serenity, this will be especially bad for you who are latching onto it at the moment. Riot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the first attack here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's capable of not hitting me.
I hit a 17.
Yeah.
I
That'll
think
hit.
it can possibly hit lower than that, but not that much. Piercing damage from the bite is 20.
Okay.
And acid damage from the bite, 10 acid damage.
Gotcha.
As the dragon lands down on the island in front of the wall, as these swan arrows are ricocheting off of it, it first lashes down with its head, tears into Riot's arms. Riot, it's about to leave your threat range, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Let's fork it.
Fork it in the toe.
I mean, why not, right?
Why not?
I
it!
You tell that dragon to go fork himself.
Well, that's now the slogan for this video. It has to
We are
be.
just critting up a storm up here today.
And I do 11 piercing damage.
That was with the crit?
Yeah.
Riot is not what you'd call a melee character.
That's true.
I mean, you have to remember that fork almost killed a god. Now, not in the way you'd expect, but still.
The dragon swipes with its hand and knocks one of the other Swanmate to the ground to a bloody and violent end. And Mahogany...
Yeah.
I didn't roll a 1.
Okay. Is your plus higher than my AC?
What's your AC?
15.
Yes. 17 points of slashing damage from the other claw.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. You failed your...
Fear check.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't give it advantage. It gives you disadvantage. Okay. That's going to bring us to Mahogany's turn.
So what are the rules on fear?
You can't move closer to it. You have disadvantage on attacks.
Yes. So you're not
Alright,
able
well, I
to
think we-
follow it and buff it at this turn.
Oh, did it leave? Yeah, it left. Okay. Yeah, in that case then what I guess I'll just move down to the ground. I can do that without like going towards it.
Yeah, you
And
can
then,
lower yourself to kind of like Riot's level.
Yeah.
That came out wrong, but you understood what I meant.
Yeah, it's pretty hard actually to sink down to Riot's level.
I've tried, but it's a hard scene.
It's a hard scene.
I don't think there's anything else I can really do this turn.
Okay, go ahead and you can remake that fear saving throw. DC is 19.
Okay.
This dungeon link that you sent me, Nodal, at the top of the thing it says the Arkwright is a were-mimic.
Yeah, that'll do
Oh,
it.
look at that.
All right, you shake it off. You're like, wait, I don't have anything to be afraid of. I am the air. Nodal, I am going to require you at some point on this stream to sing the Castlevania
I'm the
classic
Wind?
I Am the Wind.
Oh
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
god.
No, I was right there with you.
Gotcha.
And, I think it makes perfect sense for Mahogany to shake this off because he's been deep thinking a lot about how he's been thinking lately.
I think we've gotten our I Am the Wind fix this year because I played Symphony of the Night for my Christmas video, so I think we're good for another year.
Kelian,
I
did
can
you pass that
pretend
fear check?
That I'm not going to sing that, but I
No,
am the
No.
Kelian did not.
You were terrified of the thing then.
No, I'm not.
It's not your turn.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is, but I get legendary actions.
Ah. Yes. Okay.
The dragon buffets its wings once again. So no PCs are in the range of this. Riot's too far away. Midnieg passes the save. Most of the Swan Maze fail.
Again, not our fault.
Most of the Swan Maze are knocked prone. Midnieg stands her ground, but she's sustaining injury. And she gets her attack of opportunity, which she misses. The dragon, unable to fit into the gate to pursue Kelian, is going to fly up and over the curtain wall. So at the end of the dragon's movement on this legendary action, Liberation, you're staring it down. Now it's Kelian's turn.
I might as well try and shoot it and keep on running then. I gotta do it at disadvantage, so this will be fun. I'm looking forward to this. Uh, 18.
18 does not do it. Silverbolt goes wide, knocked out of the air.
And since I don't like this thing anymore, so I'm running.
When did you like this thing?
While still peppering Zook with, hey! Your problem here,
Hey, guy. Hey.
it's committing mass genocide.
Serenity, let's have a strength check to make sure you don't fall off this dragon.
How high up are we? I mean, I think she just voluntarily fail if she's trying to run away from it.
You're about 60 feet above the ground,
Mm-hmm.
but you have the wall right there you could drop onto.
Also, you're not required to run away from it. You just can't run toward it.
Right.
Oh, okay. And I can't attack it except at disadvantage?
You attack at
Yeah,
disadvantage.
So
Oh,
you can
well, it's fine then.
recklessly.
All right, so let's go ahead and make this strength check. Do I get advantage on strength or athletics? Let me double check.
Oh, we gotta
Well,
make
Serenity
a roll.
strength, that
Make it
13 is probably
end.
going to do it either way.
Where are we?
I mean, you're
Strength
not trying
checks
to be
and strength saving throws. Okay.
No.
So, get another one of those. That'll be 17.
17? Okay. You managed to hold on to the dragon's wing joint for now.
All right, and then let's just reckless attack to cancel out that disadvantage.
Good luck.
Miss. That'll be an 18, which I think is also a miss.
And I mean, your blows are landing because you can't literally miss the floor. But it's just so hard to get a good swing with you're being buffeted around in every direction, and
Then I get a save against the fear. Is that correct?
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelian, did you remake that save yet? On your turn?
Yeah, I failed.
You failed.
And remind me, Nick, do I declare my bardic die before or after I see my die roll?
You can do it after.
Okay, excellent. So I won't use it because that's not going to push a 6 to where it needs to go.
In general, anytime you have to make a roll and then decide whether to use a bonus die or not, always look at the roll first.
Okay.
I've never liked games that do it the other way. Because the World of Darkness, the White Wolf games, used to do it the other way, and it always irritated me. So are we good on the Frightful Presence?
That's the end of Serenity's turn, yes.
But did she pass the
No.
save? No.
No.
Riot.
There's like 5 things Riot needs to do with it, and she can't do all of them.
It's the action economy, stupid.
Yep. I think the one thing I will do is put up mirror image.
Okay. That's an action or a bonus action?
That's an action.
Okay.
Can I see? Who can I see from here?
Pretty much everybody. Everybody's there. Liberation's up on the wall. Kelian's inside the gates, running through the gardens. You're over by the bridge. I mean, you can see Serenity only sporadically because this dragon's wings are flapping pretty hard.
Yeah.
And Mahogany's swirling around next to you. Zook, you
Okay.
can't see Zook.
I'm gonna try and run to within range of counter. Well, no, I can't cast counter charm this turn. That's an action. I guess I'm just gonna try and like move and make myself inconspicuous to the dragon because I haven't really done much to it yet except for crit on its toe.
So you're going to throw up the mirror image and then try to stay on its good side?
Yeah, or stay out of like what I'm trying to do is move so I'm not within like a line with anybody else. You know, make it so that if it wants to use a breath attack,
Sure.
it's gonna have to use it just on me.
So are you going to stay over by the ledge, or are you going to move closer to the curtain wall, like kind of around to the side of the gates?
I feel like staying on the ledge is better because it's going to be attacking the curtain wall and people on the curtain wall.
You could also run back down the stairs to the shore and then swim away.
Yeah, well, I don't want to do that.
Okay. And you watch as Midniag again chants some kind of incantation to flush the fear out of her system. And then she actually leaves where she was standing in front of the gate, out towards the other direction from Riot, so they're not standing close together, so that she can attack the dragon on her next round. Liberation, what are you going to do to this big dragon's ugly face?
Big and ugly face is right in front of me.
It looks like it's about to attack the garden behind you over the wall.
Hey, Serenity had a pretty good idea, grabbing onto its...
Is this what we're doing now? Is this our life?
Leap over there. Yep, that's how I roll.
Let's get an athletics check.
Athletics. Let me double check my bonus on that first. Yeah, okay. Come on, roll. Thank you. Yeah, tell you what, I'm gonna belief point that.
This is how I sap all the players' belief points. I just throw a dragon at them periodically.
Fucking dice.
What did you get?
I got worse on my belief point roll, so I jump and biff it.
Can we get a sound effect from that, from your biff?
That's the Batman biff.
The good news is you're a monk, so the falling damage won't be terrible. 18 points of falling damage as you
ignored.
Jump out from this dragon and instead hit the ground and dodge roll.
Tech the landing, at least. All right.
Kelian.
Well, so much for that. I'm directly below the dragon.
And only Kelian, I think. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw.
You're good at those.
But I'm afraid, so it's a disadvantage, right? Or is, no,
you're at disadvantage to attack it.
Just attack it?
Yeah, you're fine.
You got this.
There you go.
Yeah, this is a 20... 27.
27?
Yeah.
And you have evasion, right?
Yep.
So you dive out of the way of this next spray of acid that lights up the wall, right where Liberation used to be standing. Cuts down into the garden, deliberately aimed at Kelian, and then bisects the garden, leaving scarred stone and destroyed plant life. Again, several of the Swanmate archers are caught in the blast. And the dragon is then going to fly back down towards the water at full speed and see about dislodging this barbarian.
Ugh.
So, Riot,
Mm-hmm.
you see the dragon leave its position in front of the wall and dive down behind you. It doesn't have quite enough speed to land in the water this turn. So anybody who can make an attack against it will say the attack lands as it's moving down. Because it doesn't literally stop in midair. That would be silly.
Yeah.
Mahogany, you have the next move.
Yeah, and I will make an attack against it as it's moving down.
That sounds awesome. This thing has so many hit points left.
Listen, it's gonna have a couple less after this. Maybe literally a couple less. Maybe the same amount of hit points.
Yeah.
Probably the same amount.
Here's the thing: is I rolled those and they landed with the 8 on its side, which I think means infinity.
So, Mahogany, you try to intercept the dragon's movement, and it's stunningly fast. Faster than you expected. And your buffets don't manage to land. It will, however... I need Mahogany and Serenity to make a dexterity saving throw now. And just the two of you.
Okay, my turn's not over, though.
Whoa. Uh-oh. What else were you doing?
I'm pretty sure I'm as fast as this dragon is, so I'm gonna just try to keep up with it.
Oh yeah, you're ending your turn within 5 feet of the dragon.
Yeah,
was my read on it. Okay. Yeah, it's doing a wing buffet, and you can definitely see the dragon's wings.
Okay. Can't see much else, actually.
It's your world is just full of dragon wings.
17.
At this point. That's
23.
Not 23 passes. The 17 does not. 18 points of bludgeoning damage, Serenity, and you're knocked prone.
Okay.
Which means the dragon has successfully dislodged you, and you're falling down to the water.
Okay.
Did you not have that inspiration anymore? Did you use that?
I didn't use it.
It seems like a good time to use it.
Yeah.
It does seem like
I'd rather get out of the fear.
All right.
Plus, I'm only taking 9 damage.
Well, you're about to take some falling damage too.
And also, you're not going to be able to hit the dragon anymore if you get dislodged.
Well, he already said
I mean,
he's not
going
doing it. He's a
underwater
cipher.
anyway, so-
That's true. That's true. He did say
You don't have the non-cipher bonus.
19 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water hard
Okay.
and do an amazing barbarian belly flop.
Yep.
And then the dragon splashes down right next to you.